When we imagine the vast universes of Marvel and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, two names stand out as symbols of ultimate mystical and cosmic power: the Ancient One and Odin Allfather. These legendary beings are not only revered in their own worlds but are also respected by fans across the globe for the wisdom, strength, and responsibility they carry. The Ancient One, Supreme Sorcerer of Earth, was a master of the mystic arts who trained Doctor Strange and wielded power that spanned dimensions. Odin, the Allfather of Asgard, stood as the protector of the Nine Realms, a warrior king, and a god whose might was legendary even among immortals. But the question today is not about their legacy. It is about the battle we all secretly want to witness. What if the Ancient One faced Odin in a duel of destiny? Who would come out victorious? Would the mystic shields of the Sorcerer Supreme withstand the wrath of the Allfather? Or would Odin's divine authority crush even the most intricate spells of the Ancient One? This battle is not about comparing strength alone, it's about exploring their philosophies, their abilities, and the very limits of what power can mean in two very different contexts. So, let us step into the realm of imagination, where cosmic thunder meets mystical incantations, and discover Ancient One versus Odin, who would truly win. Understanding the Ancient One's power? The Ancient One is one of the most intriguing figures in Marvel storytelling. She is not a god by birth, nor does she rule kingdoms, but her authority comes from something far more elusive: mastery of the mystic arts. As Sorcerer Supreme, she was Earth's primary protector against dark forces that threatened its existence. She drew her power from mystical energy, manipulating dimensions and bending reality with precise control. Her strength was not brute force, it was knowledge, discipline, and an unmatched connection to the arcane. She wielded the Time Stone, giving her mastery over time itself. The Ancient One could foresee countless possibilities, create time loops, and even manipulate outcomes in subtle ways that altered destiny. Her ability to astral project allowed her to separate her soul from her body, engage in combat across spiritual planes, and even strike foes on a level where physical strength held no meaning. But perhaps her most dangerous asset was wisdom. She understood her opponents before they even realized their intentions. Unlike warriors who fought with swords or hammers, the Ancient One disarmed enemies by outthinking them. She had access to forbidden knowledge, harnessed energy from dark dimensions when necessary, and maintained balance between light and shadow with a calm authority that very few could challenge. And yet, her power was not limitless. Her reliance on mystical artifacts, her mortal body, and her awareness of balance meant she was not invincible. Against Odin, who embodied raw cosmic might, she would need to rely on precision, strategy, and a deep understanding of Odin's weaknesses to survive. Understanding Odin's power? Odinforce, the Allfather of Asgard, is one of the most formidable beings in Marvel lore. His power is not limited to sorcery or combat, it is the fusion of godly strength, cosmic energy, and centuries of leadership as ruler of the Nine Realms. He is both a warrior and a sorcerer, a king and a father, and above all, a force of nature. Odin's most recognizable weapon is Gungnir, his enchanted spear, which channels his immense energy with devastating precision. Unlike Thor's hammer, Gungnir was designed to reflect Odin's essence, unwavering, unyielding, and unstoppable. With it, Odin could level armies, destroy entire fleets, and unleash blasts of cosmic power that dwarfed most magical attacks. But Odin's true source of dominance lies in the Odinforce. This nearly limitless energy allows him to manipulate reality, cast immensely powerful spells, enhance his already godlike strength, and even resurrect himself in moments of near-death. The Odinforce makes him a being who transcends mortality, enabling him to battle threats on a universal scale. In addition, Odin is a master strategist. He fought in countless wars, conquered realms, and sealed away entities far beyond human comprehension. His experience as a warrior king means that he does not simply rely on brute strength but on centuries of tactical knowledge and hard-earned victories. However, Odin is not without weaknesses. His reliance on the Odinforce means that his power wanes when it is not fully charged, and his advanced age has often left him vulnerable to manipulation. Despite these limitations, in his prime, Odin was one of the most powerful beings in all existence, a living embodiment of divine authority. The clash of cosmic and mystic forces? Now that we understand the powers of both contenders, let us imagine the battlefield. The Ancient One stands with her flowing robes, hands weaving sigils that shape reality itself. Odin towers with Gungnir in hand, eyes blazing with the fury of 1,000 storms. It is not a simple fight, it is the collision of philosophy, of godhood versus mastery of the mystic. The Ancient One would begin with illusions, misdirection, and spells to unbalance Odin. She might attempt to trap him in time loops or shift the battlefield into mirror dimensions where his physical might counts for less. She would try to drain his strength, forcing him to expend the Odinforce in ways that would weaken him over time. But Odin is no stranger to sorcery. His mastery of magic and the Odinforce could counter illusions, tear through barriers, and shatter constructs with sheer power. Where the Ancient One uses elegance and precision, Odin uses overwhelming force. A single blast from Gungnir could decimate her shields, and if he managed to close the distance, his physical strikes would be devastating. The battle would rage across planes of existence. Astral projection would allow the Ancient One to evade attacks, but Odin's divine energy might overwhelm even her spirit. Time manipulation could grant her brief control, but Odin's vast power might allow him to break free from temporal bindings. This clash is not one-sided, it is a chess match played at the highest level, where every move could change the outcome. In truth, the Ancient One's best hope lies in strategy, to outthink Odin, to predict his actions, and to exploit his moments of overconfidence. But Odin's experience as a ruler, conqueror, and god places him in a category where very few can match him blow for blow, or spell for spell. Final result, who would win? So, who truly wins when the Ancient One battles Odin? The answer lies not only in raw power but in context. The Ancient One is a mortal sorcerer who reached the pinnacle of mystical mastery. She has the ability to manipulate dimensions, time, and reality in ways that even gods must respect. In a battle fought with strategy and patience, she could potentially delay Odin, confuse him, and even escape his wrath for a time. But Odin is not simply a warrior, he is the All-Father, imbued with the Odinforce, and his presence commands universal authority. His combination of cosmic strength, mastery of magic, and sheer endurance gives him an undeniable edge. In the long run, the Ancient One's defenses would falter against the unrelenting power of Odin. Therefore, while the Ancient One deserves respect for her unmatched wisdom and skill, Odin would ultimately claim victory. His godhood, experience, and the Odinforce make him an opponent even the Sorcerer Supreme could not fully overcome. In this ultimate showdown, the Ancient One might stand tall, but Odin would stand taller. The verdict is clear, the All-Father emerges victorious. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.